Welcome to YorkZuki.com Insights. I wanted to share with you, after almost 27 years in business and almost half of them being an entrepreneur, 11 reasons why I love being an entrepreneur. Yes, entrepreneurship is incredibly hard. Ask anybody. In fact, look at any of the statistics floating out there and you'll see that the failure rate is exceptionally high for a number of reasons. But that really masks the fact that it is harsh. You will experience a roller coaster of a ride. You'll have incredible highs and incredible lows. So why do it? Why take all the stress on for you? Well, here's 11 reasons. 1, job security. Being an entrepreneur is the best job security you'll ever have. Sounds strange, doesn't it? I mean, we grew up thinking that having a job is much better than taking risk as an entrepreneur. But let me ask you, how many people do you know who have jobs that are not in government that are safe for the rest of their lives? Do you know what? You work for 20 years for a company and that company goes under or is struggling, has difficult times, depending on which country you're in and depending on the laws of that country, they'll all fire you very quickly. And maybe they'll give you a severance package of a couple of months, maybe a nice watch once you retire and a bit of a pension. But it's not job security. There is no such thing. So why not own your destiny? The second thing, and that's about your destiny. Being an entrepreneur is about owning your future. Yes, it's hard. Yes, you'll have down days. But you are actually in charge of your own future. You can decide on how much you're going to put in and how much hopefully you're going to get out of this. And that's so crucial. When things go well, you will have this incredible sense of achievement. When things don't go so well, okay, it's not a reflection necessarily on you or your abilities. It's a reflection that maybe what you were doing wasn't yet ready for the market. Number 3, you don't have a boss. Now, that's not entirely true because your clients are your bosses. You know, you can't just do what you want. But now you don't have a boss to report to that tells you to do stuff that's irrelevant, that is just time wasting or time filling rather. Number 4, you can work the hours you want to. Now, here's the thing, there's a charming joke that says, I became an entrepreneur so I can stop working 8 hours for somebody else and work 16 hours for myself. Yes, you will work long hours, but you're working on something you're passionate about, something that is about you, that gets you further in life. Yes, you'll be working constantly, but you'll not be working. It's fun in a way, or at least most of the time. Number 5, you didn't create a business just to sell something and get money. You created a business most probably because you thought of a better way to do things. And that day, when you solve the customer need, you're going to get such a high, such a kick, because it was you who solved the need, with your creativity, innovation, approach, the way you handled it and did it, your implementation that really generated the results. Number 6, it is incredibly fun. I cannot tell you how much fun it is. Yes, it's incredibly stressing at times, but you can bring so much creativity, there's no rule book. You can really create the approach, the setup, the processes and structures that you think best. Number 7, there's a sense of liberty. You know, you don't have to create documents or reports if you don't want to. Now, there are some good practices that I recommend, like documenting after a meeting, sending an email to confirm the agreement, the point that you discussed, following up, CRM systems if you use them. But the point here is you don't need to do stuff you don't want to do. Expense reports, if it's not relevant and they slow you down, do you really need them? 8, it is measurable. Now, in entrepreneurship, one of the easiest way to measure whether you're successful or not is making money, unfortunately. Now, even for NGOs and MPOs, it's about the deployment and return on investment, internal rate of return and all these measures. But at the end of the day, money, not about spending money for fancy things that are superfluous, but money is a measure of impact of your business's success. So now you don't need to wonder, well, was I good or not? You can see it in your balance sheet if what you are doing is working. And if it's not working, well, okay, you've got the freedom to work on it, to fine-tune it, to improve it. Number 9, it gives you an incredible sense of perspective. I've started quite a few companies. Some of them didn't do well. And I can tell you what, you learn about so many things: pricing, demand, supply, marketing, back office, HR, hiring, contracts, agreements, lawyers, processes, systems, implementation, real versus perception. Wow! And you have no idea what an incredible university that is. Number 10. This is something that is for me very personal. When I used to work in big corporate, it was still me, but it was the me that was trying to please people. When you're an entrepreneur, funny enough, the more you are yourself, the more people respect it. The more you're not trying to please. Yes, you have to be polite and respectful, but the more you're authentic, the more what you're doing matches to who you are and you're not wearing a veil. First, you'll feel an incredible degree of freedom, but funny enough, people appreciate when you are being yourself. And then number 11, it's the coolest thing in the world. You'll be part of the coolest club in the world, the club of entrepreneurs. Entrepreneurs are innovators. They are the ones who change the world. They are the ones who think differently, who try, they roll up their sleeves, they talk less and do more. It's a club that says a lot about the people who pursue the journey. That's why I always say, entrepreneurship is not a job description or a title. Entrepreneurship is an attitude, and you've got the attitude.